All right, we're live for Fireside Chat number 206. Sorry, running a little bit late here. I had to reorganize all my files since all the WA files are now in the cloud, and I realized that my OBS relies on having a number of those locally, like the slideshow that runs and the background images and so on. But now that that has been remedied, we're ready to go. So, believe it. Let's see. June 16th. I should have covered all this last Fireside, but I'll just do a quick recap. Again, your thing is over. Thanks to everyone that participated. House Dippity narrowly won. There are two Your Thing marks that everyone will get. That you can see in announcements, so check those out. And additionally, as I think I mentioned last week, we are working on finalizing actually a kind of a public mark board that everyone can get. That's really easy to make and to edit for anyone to edit without any kind of software. It just would be a Google spreadsheet basically that everyone has their own. And we'll probably have the Sanctifico bot loaded up with the links to those. So basically, you type your name in, it sends you a link to your mark board, and you just open it up and look at it. And anyone can look at anyone's by typing like Sanctifico command and their name. So yeah, other than that, um, another thing that's coming up is going to be some kind of quiz like the Marine quiz we've already had for a long time for Gunner and Master Gunner. And the idea being that hopefully it'll kind of actually make it easier because what kind of happens now is that this is something I've actually, so I brought this up to officers in the past, which is that should we have some easy way for people to request promotions? Because I think something that happens, I think we do a decent job, but it's easy to miss people who maybe want to get promoted or should be promoted. And so I think adding avenues for people to kind of show that interest is always good. And relying on people to just DM the Admiralty saying they want to help them, that's one way to do it. But I don't know that that's should be the only way to go about it. So that's something we've been kind of trying to do is add methods for people to get noticed and get promoted easily if they want to. So what adding this quiz will do is it will make the requirements less murky. It'll let people move up quickly instead of kind of being stuck with this 1 month thing. And it'll also show interest because if we see somebody fill this out, because you can fill out all these quizzes. Let's say you're a recruit, you can go ahead and you can sign up on the forums. You can do the Marine quiz. You can do the Gunner quiz. You can do the Master Gunner quiz. You can even contact somebody about officer training. I mean, it's going to be unlikely we're going to take on a brand new recruit in officer training, but it's not impossible. So the idea being that you can show initiative that way, and that it doesn't have to be like a big deal. Like you, if you feel weird about DMing me or something like that, then there are other ways to kind of show interest and initiative in that way. So that's a kind of a big thing. Um, Yeah, so that's probably some of the new stuff coming down the pipeline. I mean, again, always check out job board. Big addition is the Epic RPG. So that's a Discord text RPG run by the Epic RPG bot. Added that by Ulfald's request recently. A lot of us have been playing that. There's an Epic RPG channel under games, so you can play it, and an Epic RPG discussion channel where you can talk about the game because it's a text game. So the actual Epic RPG channel gets flooded pretty quickly. If you need to, feel free to make use of threads. I've added it so people can make threads. So if you want to kind of play your own game, you can make a thread in there and kind of play in there. It'll still work with the bot and everything. You don't have to worry about other people coming in and flooding the chat with their own messages. There's also an Epic RPG events role. In addition to an Epic RPG players role, you can get both of those in the Get Roles channel or remove them. The Epic RPG players one is only going to be pinged by other players if they, need somebody, for example, ping somebody if they want to do, if they asking what area they're in, they need help with a dungeon, stuff like that, guild stuff. There's the events one is generally just going to be the automatic pings from the bot. So there's an Epic RPG helper bot that will ping everyone with that role anytime there's a random event that happens. You can get free stuff from random events that will be in the channel. Yeah, I think that is about it. So I'll go ahead and sign off and be around for office hours. Otherwise, I'll be back next week.